Welcome to episode number 7 of this Austin Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. And today I'm obviously playing my Austin Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft today I'm obviously playing my Austin Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise. It is game 6 here against the Dallas Stars. As you can see right there, it says we're up 3-2. It might be hard to see, but either way I'm going to show you the playoff picture right now. But either way, it's game 6 in Austin at the Doghouse. Like I said, it's game 6 in Austin at the Doghouse. We're up 3-2, as you can see right there. We're 1-1 away from beating the Dallas Stars, my favorite team, and moving on to play the Chicago Blackhawks or the Calgary Flames in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And in that series between Chicago and Calgary, that series is done in game 7. And then it's Vegas and Anaheim, 3-2 Vegas in that series. The Oilers beat the Canucks 4-2. So out of the 4 Western Conference series, there's only one has been done, or only one has finished. The Oilers, like I said, beat the Canucks 4-2. And they'll play Vegas or Anaheim in their second round matchup. And like I said, the winner of the Austin-Dallas series will play Chicago or Calgary in the second round. And like I said, Chicago and Calgary are going in game 7. And over on the Eastern Conference, the Maple Leafs swept the Sabres, and the Lightning beat the Capitals 4-2. So it'll be the Maple Leafs and Lightning in one of the 2 second round matchups in the Eastern Conference. And then the other 2 series in the Eastern Conference is 3-2 Hurricanes over the Devils, and then it's 3-3 between the Penguins and the Flyers. So yeah, right now 2 game 7s out of the 5 series that are still going on. 2 of them are going to game 7, and then the other 3 right now are 3-2 Austin, 3-2 Vegas, and then 3-2 Carolina. So yeah, that's the playoff picture. And then I'll also show you the final scores. I also just show you the player stats for the playoffs. But first, I'll show you the final scores. If I can get there, it's getting loud sometimes. Sorry. Yeah, there. So here's the final score of the games 2, 3, 4, and 5. Game 1, which is last episode. If you haven't seen any of the episodes in this series yet, there's a playlist for the series, which has the first 6 episodes of the series, and that playlist will be now in the sky in the top right corner right up here. There should be an icon that pops up. There should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. The bottom line is, last episode was game 1 of the series between the Dundons and the Stars in Dallas, and we beat the Stars 2-1. And then game 2 was in Dallas as well. This was off camera. Like I said, games 2, 3, 4, and 5 were all off camera, but game 2 was in Dallas as well. We won that game 3-2. We scored a power play goal with like 11 seconds left in regulation to take a 3-2 lead, and we hung on for the last 11 seconds to win it 3-2. And then it shifted to Austin, and we lost game 3 in Austin at home at the Doghouse 3-2. So then we were only up 2-1. And 2 days later, here on April 17th, which is Easter actually in real life. Obviously in real life, April 17th was like 3 months ago, but in this game, Game 4 was on April 17th, 2022, which was Easter. It was Game 4 with the Dundons up 2-1. We lost Game 4 5-2. So then the series was tied at 2. So far, the first 4 games, the road team has won every game. And in Game 5, we were going back to Dallas with the Stars winning 2 straight games, and the series tied at 2. We won Game 5 in Dallas on April 19th, 7-4. So now we're up 3-2. And so far in the first 5 games of the series, the road team has won every game. As here, we're on April 20th, 2022. That's the date of Game 6. Stars at Dundons. If we win, we're moving on to play. Or if we win, we're moving on to play Chicago or Calgary in the second round. And if we win, if the Dundons win, they're moving on to the second round to play the Blackhawks or the Flames. If the Stars win Game 6. If the Stars win Game 6, they force a winner-take-all Game. Or if the Stars win Game 6, they force a winner-take-all Game 7 back in Dallas 2 days later, or 2 nights later, after Game 6 here on April 22nd. So if we win, we move on to the next round to play Chicago or Calgary. If the Stars win, they force a winner-take-all Game 7 back in Dallas 2 nights from now. 2 nights from now in this game. I'm going to show you the player stats now, really quick before we get into the game. I am nervous. And also I have to show you something else too before this, and I'll show you something else that I'll tell you about in a minute. But Leading our team in points right now is our captain, Alexander Wemberg, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points. Niederreiter has 5, DeBrusque has 5, Roslovic has 4, and then everyone has a point except for one guy, I believe. Yeah, everyone has a point except for Ryan Murray, one of our defensemen. So everyone except for Ryan Murray has a point. Hopefully maybe he can get a point soon. Because announcers keep talking about how he's in his point drought. But yeah, let's look at the lines really quickly as soon as you forgot. And then, before we get into the game, I am nervous, like I said. I don't want a Game 7. I know Game 7s are cool, but they're also nerve-wracking. And if it does go to a Game 7, it is back in Dallas. One, we gotta end the series right here, right now, because we want to keep Dallas down when they're down. That's the first reason. Second reason is we're at home too. I don't want the series going back to Dallas. But yeah, first line, Kyle Palmieri, one of our 2 alternate captains. Alexander Wemberg, our captain. Niederreiter, that's our first line. Second line, Jacob Silverberg, Yasmari Tatianemi, Tyler Pitlick. And you're wondering, well, where did Jake DeBrusque go? He got injured. He has an MCL sprain, and he's out. His estimated return date is June 21st. It says estimated return date is June 21st, and well, that means well, like I said, estimated return date is June 21st. That's after the season would end. No, even if we get to the final, that would be after the season would end. So he's out for the rest of the year. It's unfortunate. He's our other alternate captain. Third line, Brandon Saad, Riley Nash. It's Riley Nash, right? Yeah. Brandon Saad, Riley Nash, Jack Roslovic. And then on the fourth line, it's it's over there as Bartley Diderot, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Brian Lemieux. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Defensemen, we have Dmitry Orlov, Eric Cernat, Ryan Murray, who doesn't have a point yet in the playoffs, and Tristan Berry. And then the third defensive line, Nikita Zadorov and Matt Benson. Because if you go to scratches, there's 3 injured players on that list. Troy Stetcher, who one of the defensemen is out. Raymond Smith, another defenseman, he's also out. And then obviously DeBrusque, the left winner, he's out as well. And the 2 scratches are Nicholas, or we have technically had 3 scratches. Then obviously I put Pitlick in to replace DeBrusque. But our 2 scratches that are still actually like scratches that are players that can play, they're healthy scratches, are Nicholas Waugh. You might be thinking that's Nicholas Roy, but that's actually Waugh. Nicholas Waugh, and then Evan Rodriguez. Waugh's a left winner, 77 overall, and then Rodriguez is a center, 78 overall. And Pitlick, I believe, I don't know what he is, but Pitlick's 79 overall right winner. But either way, yeah, so we lost Jake DeBrusque. Out of those 2 defensemen who were hurt, like Troy Stetcher and out of the 2 defensemen that were hurt, one of them is out in the late May, so he might come back if we get into the Western Conference Finals, or if we get all the way to the Stanley Cup Final. He might come back then, because his estimated return date is May 31st. The other defenseman is injured. He's out on July 15th, which is clearly into the off season. So we have one of those 2 defensemen who are hurt. One of them is out for the year. And then obviously Jake DeBrusque is out for the year as well, because in this game there's 33 NHL teams, but there doesn't have to be in the 33rd NHL team. And because of that, there was no 3-week break for the Olympics. So this season technically ended. It was that's why, or because the Office didn't realize there was that 3-week break. Well, obviously they used that 3-week break to make up all these COVID-19 postponements. But either way, bottom line is the season in real life didn't end until April 30th. This past season in real life didn't end until April 30th. There was no 3-week gap, or not gap, but 3-week break in this game. So this season, 2021, 2022 NHL season ended April. It was April, I don't know, 12th or something, April 13th. So it ended not 3 weeks, but yeah, about 3 weeks before real life. It's because there's 33 NHL teams in this game. That's why. So that's why Jake DeBrusque is not going to be coming back, because he might maybe if we got to the final and there was actually that 3-week break, but there wasn't because, like I said, there's 33 NHL teams, with the Dun-Duns being the 33rd NHL team. So that's why. So we have DeBrust, and then we have Jake DeBrust, and then one of those two defensemen I showed you. I forgot which one, but I know one of them is out for the year as well. So Jake DeBrust is out for the year, and then one of those two defensemen that I showed you who are injured. One of those two defensemen are also out for the year. So we have two players out for the year, and then one player out in late May, and he might come back if we get to the conference finals, or even the Stanley Cup finals. But yeah, home uniforms for us, away uniforms for the Stars. They have a better offense. The Stars have a better offense and goalie than the Dun-Duns, but the Dun-Duns have a better defense than the Stars. Style traditional, length 4 minutes, Joe Pro, ice, trainer, adaptive. Let's get into the game right now. Round 1, game 6. Stars at Dun-Duns, and the Dun-Duns lead this best of 7 series, 3-2. Remember, our goalie Jake Doninger was on the Dallas Stars, but I picked Jake Doninger in the expansion draft because we got to pick one player from each team except for the Kraken, because the Kraken were the last expansion team before the Dun-Duns. But we'd have to pick one player from 31 of the 32 previous NHL franchises. Let's watch a presentation. James Cebulski, round 1, game 6. Here we go. Yeah, 2 words. Game 6. Round 1, game 6. Stars Dun-Duns here at the Doghouse in Austin, Texas. As we're on your way here in game 6, as we win the open draw of game 6. Shot stopped by Ben Bishop, who in this game is still playing. Backhander, save Bishop. And he covers it as we're 57 seconds in the game 6. As we're on your way here in game 6, here at the Doghouse. Stars at Dun-Duns here at the Doghouse in Austin, Texas. Here we go, and we win the draw. It's a Cernak. I did not want a backhander. That didn't work out. I wanted a wrister, but instead he backhanded it to Pote. Picked up by Palmieri, one of our 2 alternate captains, while the Brush was our other alternate captain. Why was that missed? And I literally, the pass by Palmieri just went by the Dun-Duns player in front of him. Radulov, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points, leads his team in points in the playoffs, while Wenberg leads our team. 17:36 to go in the first period, no score. We won the draw. That was Wenberg. You didn't miss anything. You saw that interception by Radulov, and then I believe Pavelski shot it, and it was stopped and held by Ottinger, and the whistle will blow right now. 17:10 to go in the first period, no score. I'm not sure why, by the way. Wenberg, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points, leads our team in points in the playoffs. I'm not sure why there's that icing then above the scoreboard down there. It said that after my icing, and now it's still there. Stop by Ottinger. 16:55 to go in the period. I said because we're in Austin now, there's a lot of Dun-Duns fans, but there's also a good amount of Stars fans as well, because Austin to Dallas, or in this case Dallas to Austin, is only like a 3-hour drive, depending on traffic and how many times you stop for like snacks and for gas. Here we go. Here's Radulov. To Pote. Here's Palmieri. Back the other way. Radulov right on his tail. Got hit hard. And it would have been Cernak versus Klimber on that fight, but I decided not to do it. To Pote. Pavelski was able to do it. Saved it! Toadrun save! And I passed it out. Usually I don't do that, or usually I should do that, but I haven't been doing it recently, but I'm still doing it. Here's Pitlick. Blocked. Rebound save. I believe Tyler Pitlick is actually a former Star, I believe. Then he was a Dallas Star like 5 years ago, but he was, I believe, 5 years ago. Pitlick was, I believe, a Dallas Star. Here's Dmitry Orlov. Here's Pitlick, I believe, a former Star like 6 years ago or 5 years ago, something like that. He lost the punt. Still has it, though. Save Bishop. Now a backdoor feed. Trying to did it the backdoor feed, but didn't work out. They're pressured, fortunate by Dallas or by Austin. Here's Sadin. Lost the punt. Here's Pitlick. Back the other way to pass. Silverbird missed the net by a hair. Riley Nash has still got it in the corner. Murray. And that pass was blocked by a Dallas player as we're halfway through the opening period here in Game 6. Here in Austin, no score between the Stars and the Dun-Duns. Shot stopped by Bishop, and he covers it with 9:26 to go in the first period. In the stand, the Stars still do have Klimberg, although in real life he just signed with the Ducks via free agency like a week ago. Here we go. We lose the face-off. Here's Julius Honta. In real life is now playing overseas. But in this game, he's still playing for the Dallas Stars. Here's Jason Robertson, the second-year player. And Robertson shot hit the tomorrow. Honta to not keep the puck in. Offside. 8:26 to go in the first period. And it looks like that icing finally left. Where it said icing above the scoreboard. Bid tipper zone ability for Joe Pavelski because he likes to tip in shots from like the point, and I know that because I just know that. Plus, I have a Dallas Stars franchise here in NHL 22. Check that out if you haven't yet. Here's Como. In real life, I don't think he's not sure. I think he might be retired or done to retire or something. I don't know. Here we go. Here's Barry. Here's Sod. Sod right to the slot. Save or not save. It was actually fire one. Right side was wide open. Sod cannot put it in. And dumped down by Duryanov out of play. 6:02 to go in the first period. Still no score. Like I said, in real life, Ben Bishop officially retired after his contract's up, which is at the end of this upcoming season in real life. After the 2022-2023 season, his contract will officially expire, or will officially expire, and then he'll officially retire. Here we go. What a hit! But he's not going to play another game, so basically he's retired. Not officially, but he's going to retire after this upcoming season. Here we go. But like I said, in this game, he's still playing for the Dallas Stars. Passed out by Ottinger, so Jake Ottinger versus Ben Bishop. So the second-year player or third-year player versus like the 10th-year player for Bishop. That's stopped by Bishop. 3:19 to go in the first period, no score. Like I said, in real life, Ben Bishop technically hasn't officially retired, but he's going to after this upcoming season. That's in real life. In this game, he's still the Dallas Stars goaltender. Here's Cernak from the point. Blocker save on it, or blocker save Bishop. Now a backdoor feed. Wemmer was able to get the shot off, but it was stopped. Palmieri behind the net. Shot. Oh, I should have done that one. I should have passed over. His Wemmer was right there, but I shot it. Stopped by Bishop. 2:14 to go. No score in Game 6. We win, we're moving on to the next round. If the Stars win, they force a winner take all Game 7 back in Dallas 2 nights from now in this game, and I was early in the faceoff. I did not want to go out to Dallas for a Game 7. I want the series to be over with right now. And if that's the case, then we'll play Calgary or Chicago in the next round. Save, Pavelski still has it though! Save Ottinger! And Orlov's got it, 1 minute to go in the first. Right out in front, Niederreiter, blocked. Gets it back though. Kicked it out of there. Palmieri lost the puck. Saden's got it in front of Bishop. 6 seconds. Dallas looking for a buzzer beater. Come on, step up on him. Poke check from behind. And Niederreiter's got it, and that is the end of the first period. No score here in Austin. As neither team scored here in the first period of Game 6 of the first round. As neither team scored here in the first period here in Game 6. We outshot the Stars. The Dundon did 10-5. 4-3 on the hits in favor of Dallas. Time of attack, we have about a minute and a half more. Passing, we're trash, 58%. To the Stars, 88%. Face-off, 6-4 in favor of Austin. And then neither team has a power play or neither team has penalty minutes, power play minutes, or any power plays. And obviously no shorthanded goals either. Let's end the second period here in Game 6. Stars 0, Dundon 0. Here we go. We're back at the doghouse. Second period here in Game 6. No score here in Game 6. Here we go. Wenberg versus Sagan on the faceoff. And by the way, the Dallas Stars captain is Jamie Benn. I believe he's on the second line. Here's Palmieri. Debate pass. Shot! Save Bishop. And he covers it up against his chest. 19:26 to go in the second period as we're 34 seconds in to the second period. Shots now 11-5 in favor of Austin. Come on, Wenberg versus Sagan again. Can we actually get one past Bishop? I've been early twice like that already. Here we go. Here's Klimberg. Radulov and really just resigned in Russia, but this team is still playing for the Dallas Stars. The poke check, the bat check by Palmieri. Palmieri has got the poke checked away. Here's Cernak. I don't know how he got through that guy, but Sagan stole it from here at Cernak. Here we go up ahead. Here's Pavelski. Poke checked away to poke by, I don't know who that was. It was whoever I was using. Here's Wember. What a hit. And there's a injured player. That's Radulov. I don't want to fight. Hastings dropped the gloves. They're going to call penalties here. Is it just on one guy or both guys? It's on both guys, okay. So it's roughing on Dmitry Orlov and Miro Hastings, 2 defensemen. So 4-on-4. Radulov went to the bench, like limping, like he hurt his arm on that hit. Here's Son, 4-on-4 for 2 minutes after the roughing penalties on Hastings and Orlov. 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Shot! Save Bishop. And now, good post! Backdoor score! Lemieux! And the Gun strike first in Game 6. During the 4-on-4 period, sending goal to the playoffs for Brandon Lemieux. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Either way, it's a goal for the Dundons as they strike first here in Game 6. 4-on-4 goal for the Dundons, and it's 1-0 Austin. Just over 3 minutes into the second period. Assisted by Sod. Sending goal to the playoffs for Lemieux. Good poach. Here's Murray. Good pass. Here's Barry. Save. And in there first is Jamie Benn, the Dallas Stars captain. 1:20 to go on the 4-on-4. Here's Lindell. Here's Hintz. Here's Klimberg. Save Oninger. And now there could be Ben versus Lemieux who just scored. But I don't want to fight. Here we are. Lemieux. Back door. Hit a stick. Here's Murray. Here's Barry. Save Bishop. Lindell is right there. Here we go. 50 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. 16 minutes into the period. Turned over. Onside. Lemieux lost it. Here's Klimberg. Essa Lindell. 40 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Here's Ben. Somehow still has the putt. Now he does it. Sod just got crunched between the boards and the Dallas Stars player, or between the boards and the Dallas Stars player in front of the Dallas Stars, or in front of the Austin Dundons bench. Here's Silverberg, 20 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Shot! Blocker save Bishop. Here's Tati Nemi. Another backdoor feed. Well, then it wasn't good, and then I shot it from like the corner. It was stopped by Bishop. 5 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Now 3. And the 4-on-4 is over. Shot stopped by Oninger. Is back to 5-on-5 as Orlov and Hintz are out of the box. Or Orlov and Hastings, excuse me. And stopped by Oninger from the doorstep. Save, as I just said. Orlov and Hintz are back, or Orlov and Hastings are back from the box. Here's Silverberg. Over! Shot! Save Bishop! Went up in the air. I don't know how it went up in the air like that, but ended up being behind the net. Did in the corner. Now it's behind the net, picked up by Tati Nemi. Silverberg will shoot it off the side, or off the glove of Bishop. In the corner, Pitlick lost it to Ben. Under 12 to go in the period. Here's Pavelski. Just got nailed like Neptune. Here's Silverberg. Here's Pitlick. Just got hit hard by 45, which is Conliano. Here's Silverberg. Shot between like 3 Stars players. It's stopped by the goaltender. Now a backdoor feed. Blocked by a Stars player. And Ben's got it as we're past the halfway point of Game 6. 1-0 Austin. Here's Silverberg. Shot! Between 2 Stars players is stopped. Pitlick kicked it down. Continemi right to the goal crease. He scores! Continemi on the backhand. Glove side, I believe, on Ben Bishop. Sending goal to the playoffs for Yasmari Continemi right to the crease. Right to the crease. Backhand by Continemi. He shot it from the top of the crease, just outside the crease. Just outside the blue paint. Continemi shot it. Had a backhand shot. Glove side on Bishop from just outside the blue paint, which is the goalie's crease. And it's soon up and done nods. Back the other way. Here's Palmieri. Save Bishop. But it's a power play for the Dundons as the call is elbowing on Blake Como. As it's a 2-minute penalty for elbowing on Como. And we're on the power play for the first time. There's Dodd, our mascot, behind the boards right there, behind the glass. We will also draw off the top. Klimberg, well, did it over to Sadin, who takes it in but lost it. Here's Conti, just scored, got hit hard. To do it for the team, Rostovich, right to the slot. Saved by Bishop with the blocker. 1:35 to go on the power play, 7:15 to go in the period. And Orlov's now got it. Now Lemieux, Orlov passed it right to Klimberg's stick. Here's Claudette. Here's Klimberg. 1:20 to go on the power play. 7 minutes to go in the period. Now Klimberg right in, but blocked by Zadorov. Here's Zadorov. Both teams are in the midst of a change. Klimberg hit him hard. Now a center pass to stop. Rebound. Side of the net. Bishop's got it up against the post. 6:46 to go in the period. Top 10 in penalty minutes. Ryan Murphy second. Dmitry Orlov's third with Jamie Benn, the Dallas Stars. You didn't miss anything, but like I said, Ryan Murphy are second in penalty minutes during the playoffs. And Dmitry Orlov's third, but Jamie Benn, the Dallas Stars captain, is first in penalty minutes here in the playoffs. Here we go. We win the draw. Cernak score! Eric Cernak with his first goal of the playoffs. The defenseman Eric Cernak with a power play goal. And it's 3-0 Dundons here in Game 6. As we have a commanding 3-0 lead here in Game 6. But this game's not over yet. 6:44 to go in the second period. It's 3-0 Dundons, assisted by Pierre-Luc Dubois, who won that face-off. And now Ben just got crunched in the penalty box. Here's Orlov. Continemi. Numbers again, maybe. Spun around. A guy. Shot. It's a rebound. Save Bishop. Passing out to Lindell. Here's Saden with his team down 3-0. 5:20 to go in the second period. Now Saden over Ben. Save Ottinger. I'm going to pass it out. Pitlett's got it. I double hit the X button. But that putt will go out offside. At 4:37 to go in the second period. It's 3-0 Dundons. As we're, like 24 minutes away from moving on to the second round. But we're up 3-0, but it's not over until it's over. We win the draw in the neutral zone. Here's Cernak, who just scored. Here's Wimberg, lost the puck. Palmieri actually has it. I thought kept it in, but Fonsa's now got it. Radek Fonsa, the big boy, dumped it in. 3.5 minutes to go behind the net. Behind the net, Palmieri, a good bank pass. Palmieri, right in front, save by Bishop. Niederreiter kicks it out, right to the slot. Wimberg was said no to by Bishop. 2 minutes to go in the period, 3-0 Dundons in Game 6. Behind that, Fonsa, right to the slot. Ottinger said no. And I passed it out, almost turned it over. Here Niederreiter, 1 minute to go in the second period. Shot it, blocked by someone. Backdoor feed, it was off the mark. Rosselman blocked. Here's Robertson at 7 seconds. Here's Hintz. Hintz just got nailed in front of the score table. Wimberg stopped by Bishop at the buzzer, and the period's over. But the Dundons get 3 goals in that period. 1 on the power play. And we're up 3-0 with 20 minutes to go in Game 6. As we're out shooting on 31-12. We are demolishing. We are completely whacking the Dallas Stars in the shots. 31-12, which is over a 2-to-1 ratio. As Lemieux has a goal, Cernak has a goal, and who has the other goal? Continemi. And it looks like Silverberg has a goal. Silverberg has an assist. Sod has an assist. Pitlick has an assist. Cernak has a goal. Dubois has a assist. And then it looks like Barry has a +1 for +-. But yeah, Ryan Murphy has a +1 for +-, but no points yet here in the playoffs. He's the only Dundons player who doesn't have a point yet in the playoffs. We are now 20 minutes away from moving on to the second round of the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. But it's not over until there's triple zeros on the clock. So let's get into the third period here in Game 6. 3-0 Dundons. As we were the 6th seed, Stars were the 3 seed. And we're 20 minutes away from upsetting the 3-seeded Stars. And we win the draw to start the third period, dominating in almost every category, especially the shots of our center and pass blocked by Hastinen. Here's Saden. As we're a minute into the third. Shot! Stopped by Ottinger, but it was blocked, so it was like a knuckler. But Ottinger made the save with his blocker. Shot or pass over is blocked by Jamie Benn. Here's Pavelski. It's got nailed by 2 guys. Now this guy on a breakaway. Backhander fired wide. Passed out of there. Here's Cernak. Just got nailed. Stopped by Bishop on the shot though. 17:08 to go in the third period. 3-0 Dundons. And the difficulty is on pro, by the way. It's not like I changed it to rookie or something. Here we go. We win the draw. Cernat with a shot. Stopped by Bishop. Now behind the net. And I just nailed Sadin. Take that. No, down lower. I thought it was a shot. Stop. Palmieri stole it. But it's stopped by the goaltender. Now center and pass. Stopped by Bishop. He passes it out to Sadin. As we're 4.5 minutes into the period, here's Pavelski. 3-0 Dundons. Poached it away by Pavelski. Gets it back. Klimmer follows up. But blocked in front. Here's Continemi. Shot blocked. And Dundons player got hit to his backside. Here's Duryanov. He got hit hard. Following up his Hastings though. 13:45 to go. Right to the slot. Blocked. Now Ben from the side of the net. Stop by Oettinger. Here's Cernat. Niederreiter with someone right on him, but he was able to get through there. Shot. Another save by Bishop. Here's Klimberg. Counted up bunt. 12 minutes to go. Still 3-0 Dundons. Slapper! But poached it away as Como teed it up, but couldn't get it on net. And now Como got it again. There's an injured Stars player. And Duryanov, who was injured and slowed it up, he steals the puck. Lindell, Duryanov, Como, right on in front, save. Well, not save, but stolen by the Dundons. Under 10 to play. As the Dundons can feel it. Shot stopped by Bishop. He throws it out, almost turned over. Duryanov's got it. Here's Honka with 9 minutes to go. Dallas needs 3 goals. Here's Duryanov. Right in front, Fonsa. Saved by Oettinger. And here's Riley Nash. Over. And Silverberg, his pass to Silverberg is blocked. Here's Fonsa. Silverberg was able to hit him hard. 7:20 to go. 7:20 remaining. Here's Duryanov. To move it in around the dot. Here's Honka. Lost the puck. Here's Riley Nash. Here's Roslovic. Just got nailed. Got up though. Undersits the play. Here's Fonsa. Hit off at the line. Held in by Lindell, but the Nash just hit him so hard. And now there's going to be a breakaway here. Here's Roslovic. I completely screwed that up. Now a center and pass. Ended up being too close to Bishop, and he hit it to the corner. 4:20 to 5 to go. Here's Honka. Here's Hala or something. Here we go. Right in front, Sadin. Save Oettinger with 3:46 to go. Andre has 16 saves on 16 shots. We win the draw. Off the face-off, save Oettinger. And Sadin still the one-timer score. Joe Pavelski. And the Dallas Stars aren't dead yet. 3:20 remaining. There's a lot of Dallas Stars fans here in Austin at the Don House. Pavelski with his 4th goal of the playoffs. 16:40 into the third, and it's a 3-1 game with 3:20 remaining. This game's not over yet. The Stars are only down 2, assisted by Sadin. And now turned over. Now Goodrow. Back the other way. Save on it, or saved by Bishop. 2:49 to go. 3-1 Austin. Pavelski top 10 in goals. He is, I think Radulov was 6th, and it said Pavelski was like 8th. He has the only goal for Dallas here in game 6. 2:49 to go in the third. They're still on 3-1. And that's for all their goals so far in the day in the second period. Shot blocked in front. Now Murray! Dubois with a shot. Save! Rebound! Oh my goodness, we had a chance there. 1:45 to go. Surprised they haven't pulled their goalie, but the CPU waits so long to pull their goalie, even when they're down by 2 goals. And they're pulling him now. Shot by Ben. Save! Rebound! Sent to the corner. 1 minute. Now in front. Save Oettinger. Sent to the left wing. Now Goodrow. And he does not get it out. Ben kept it in. Or Hunt kept it in. Now Pavelski. Save. Left of the net. And now pass up ahead. Dubois. Dubois to hit hard. Lemieux. And he shoots it into the net. And he shoots it into the empty net. And that should be the dagger. 38.3 to go. Lemieux's 2nd goal of the game. And setting up the playoffs. This is the empty net goal as he shoots it. Lemieux does into the empty net. 38 seconds to go. We're up 4-1. Assisted by Dubois and Barry. Here's Palmieri now. And he just got hit hard. Hoping it doesn't get hurt for round number 2 because I can feel it. Half a minute. As that Lemieux emptying that goal was the Datter. Datter is cut down low. Save Ottinger with 24.2 to go. Lemieux's 1-0 from the hat trick, but unless they pull their goalie at the end, but I never see the CPU pull their goalie when they're down by 3 goals. So it's doubtful that he's on a hat trick, but he got 2 goals, especially for him, because he's on our 4th line, isn't he? He went up ahead, turned over, but Hunt's got it in the neutral zone. Up ahead, Jamie Benn, as here's Wenberg, our captain. 12 seconds. Ben almost stole it. Passed down low. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, the puck just stayed there. And that should be it. One last shot by Palmieri, fired way wide, and that will do it. The Austin Gundogs have moved on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. As they're mobbing Ottinger in front of the Gundogs net. As the Gundogs players are mobbing Ottinger, and the Stars players are congratulating Bishop. Because he had a good series. And there's Ottinger and all the Stars players, or there's Ottinger and all the Gundogs players. Here's the best tradition in sports, the handshake line. And the captains are first to shake hands. So I just said it's the best tradition. The handshake line, as the captains are first to shake hands. Our captain's Wenberg, Alexander Wenberg, and their captain, the Stars captain, is Jamie Benn. And the Gundogs win it 4-1 here in Game 6 as they win the game 4-1 and they win the series 4-2. Incredible. Ottinger does not get the shutout. Is that Pavelski goal with 20 to go in the game. But the Stars, or not the Stars, but the Stars' only goal was that one-timer by Pavelski. So unfortunately, Ottinger does not get the shutout. As Lemieux got 2 goals. The second goal was the empty netter as he shot it. And it just showed it, 10 seconds ago, you saw Lemieux shoot the puck into the empty net, shot it right into the middle of the empty net, and the Gundogs win it 4-1. So no Game 7 required as I knocked out my favorite team, the Dallas Stars. Jake Ottinger is the 3rd star. We outshot him 41-22, so that's a 2-to-1 ratio basically. 2nd star, Kotkaniemi, 1 goal, no assists, 2 hits. And the 1st star, probably Lemieux because he had 2 goals. And the 1st star, Brandon Lemieux, 2 goals, no assists, 1 hit. Time of attack, we had about 3 more minutes in Dallas. Shots, I just said 41-22 in favor of Austin. That's like a 2-to-1 ratio right there. Power plays, we went 1 for 1 on the power play. Only took 55 seconds to score on that power play. Dallas never had a power play. We had 2 penalty minutes, they had 4. 2 penalty minutes was that Dmitry Orlov roughing penalty, and then out of the 4 penalty minutes for Dallas, 2 of them were that Miro Hastings 2-minute minor for a roughing, and then the other 2 minutes was that elbowing on Blake Como, where we scored that power play goal. Face-off 16-10 in favor of Austin as we win the game. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. And the difficulty to stay on pro, because, even on semi-pro, I might win by more than 4-1. And if it was on rookie, I might win like 12-1. But, 4-1, I'll still take it, as Lemieux had 2 goals, Kotkaniemi had one of the other goals, and then Cernak had the other goal. But unfortunately, I don't think Murray got a point in that game. So he still has no points. So he had no points. He's the only Gundogs player that doesn't have a point. That's including Tyler Pitlick, because Pitlick at least got an assist in this game. But Murray will get a point eventually. He's the only Gundogs player that doesn't have a point yet. And Tyler Pitlick even has a point because he had at least 1 assist in this game. But Ryan Murray will get a point eventually. He didn't get a point here in round 1, but there's still at least round 2 to go. Hopefully round 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully. But we gotta start by taking care of business here in round 1, which we did. Won Game 6 4-1, and we won this best of 7 series 4-2. And we'll be playing Chicago or Calgary in round number 2. And you'll find out in the next episode who we're playing in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And in this episode, you'll find out who we're playing in the second round of the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. And you'll find out that in the next episode, if we're playing Chicago or Calgary in the second round of the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. You'll find out that in the next episode. You'll find that out in the next episode, and I'll show you the playoff picture as well in this episode as well before we get into round 2, Game 1 versus Chicago or Calgary. That'll be the next episode of a series, which will hopefully go up. I'm thinking the next episode of a series will go up sometime this upcoming weekend. Because I go to Minnesota August 16th or August 24th, which is, I believe, a week from today, or a week from the day I'm posting this video, which should be August 9th. So I go to Minnesota in 1 week, but the next episode of the series should be, hopefully, I'm thinking the next episode of the series will be sometime this weekend, so Saturday or Sunday, maybe Friday. But I'm thinking the next episode of the series, like I said, I'm thinking, like I said, sometime this weekend, this upcoming weekend. But yeah, we won the game. Yeah, usually I don't outshoot my opponent 41-22. Usually I don't get 41 shots on goal, but I got 41 shots. Only scored 4 goals on 41 shots. Obviously, the fourth goal was an empty netter, but still not too shabby. As the Nuns will be playing the Blackhawks or the Flames in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And that's episode of a series, like I said, will be round 1, or excuse me, that's episode of a series, like I said, will be round 2 with game 1 against the Blackhawks or the Flames, because obviously the Blackhawks and Flames series is going to game 7. So yeah, you'll find out, like I said, if we're going to be playing Chicago or Calgary in the second round of the playoffs, the Stanley Cup playoffs. You'll find out that, and you'll find that out in the next episode. And yeah, and also I'll show you the playoff picture in the next episode as well. And yeah, you'll find out what and when the next video on this channel will be when I post it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay guys, time for closing. Now boy, if you hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know, I'm gonna see you in episode number 8 of this awesome Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise series. See you in episode number 8. And eat all the bacon and dough, Dundons, and see you in round 2.